welcome to Street Talk with Loretta Rose. Today we are out on location in Phoenix City at First Baptist Church. Yes. Yes, it is youth night here, and we would like to thank First Baptist Church, Minister/Mayor Copeland for inviting us out, and Minister Assistant Chris, who is responsible for getting this night together, reaching out to this wonderful professional boxer. Many of you may have heard of him with the Golden Glove boxing. Money Powell the fourth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, okay. Well, he's a professional boxer now, and many of you may have heard of him, but I am going to get the insight so I can bring it to you tonight. Also, he is a military family, so many of you may know him from Fort Mitchell, Alabama, and he graduated from Central High School. So we're going to give it up again and welcome professional boxer Money Powell the fourth. Give him a hand, everybody. He has been the special guest tonight here at First Baptist Church here in Phoenix City, and he has shared his story with this wonderful youth group, and you also.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you and welcome home.
Yeah, thank you.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing very well. I really appreciate it. How are you doing?
I'm great.
That's
I'm great.
great.
I am so honored to get a chance to meet you. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
I am so proud of you, and you will see it also on the story. This young man's story is amazing, and he shared his story and his story of success. And you are so humble. I'm just so proud of you. Let everyone know how old you are.
I'm 20 years old.
20?
Yes, ma'am.
20 years old. And we're going to talk with Chris, Minister Assistant here at First Baptist Church. He is responsible of making the connection tonight with having Money Powell the fourth here. So, Chris, let everybody know how you got this special hookup.
Well, we've been friends since high school. I had the same math class with him my sophomore year. And he had a live feed on Instagram, and I commented on that, and then I sent him a direct message and just asked him to come. I was kind of scared to ask him because, you know, he's real busy and he has a fight coming up, and he said, yeah, he made time for us, he made time for God, and he's a great guy.
Wow. And how old are you, Chris?
I'm 19 years old.
I am proud of you. Oh, my. And I love the fact that tonight here at First Baptist, we're bringing the show, and it's going to allow you to see our future, our leaders, those that are out here making a difference. Okay, Money Powell the fourth.
Yes, ma'am.
You have given a very inspirational message, and we were in the back just listening to you. You have a lot of wisdom beyond your years, and I love the fact that you are so thankful for your humble beginnings. For those that probably didn't hear that part, what keeps you grounded like you are? Because you started ground zero.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are progressing and progressing more and more. I mean, what keeps you going like that?
Well, the main reason why I stay grounded is because, one, that's just the way my parents raised me and the way that our family is. And two, staying grounded like that really keeps me level-headed. Mm-hmm. It helps me to stay focused and humbled because I know that the people around me that I really have like around me are truly there because they love me. Yes. And not just, not just the boxing aspect of me, mm-hmm. but the people around me that, the people that I surround myself with, I know that really like me because of who I am.
Yes.
Because like I said, boxing is, yes, it's a big part of my life, but it's a small aspect of who I am as a person.
Right. Money, the power, the fourth. Okay, Money Powell.
Yes, ma'am. Money Powell the fourth.
Where did that name come from? I'm pretty sure there's a meaning behind it.
Yes, ma'am. Well, it originally started from my great-great-grandfather, and he was a farmer, and he sold crops, and he named his children after how much money he made that year. So I would hate to be the kid that he named when he didn't make a lot of money, but
I like that.
Yeah, but he had a lot of children, and Money was one of them. And to make a long story short, Money didn't really like farm work, and his dad told him, he said, hey, either you can work on the farm or you're going to have to leave. Because, you know, back then that was a pretty common thing, farm work, to make a living.
Yes.
So he said, all right, Dad, well, I'm going to leave. And he left, and turns out money was pretty good at making money because he turned into a big-time gambler, and he was making a lot of money.
Wow.
Yeah, and he ended up having my grandfather and my grandfather's brother, silver. It was money and silver. And the sad thing about that is that my grandfather's brother passed away. Silver passed away when in a tornado when they were 7. So my papa, that weighed on his heart for a long time. So when he had my dad, he actually named my dad Silver in honor of his brother that passed away. But he decided to carry his legacy on, and he decided to name my dad Money. And my dad just said, you know what, you're going to keep it going, and just name me Money.
Wow, I like that. Money, it just revolves around your family.
Yes.
I like that. Now, Money Powell,
Yes, ma'am.
did you ever think that you would start to box? And where did this come from? I mean, like, when did this start?
Well, it really started, I clearly remember in 2nd grade, I decided I wanted to be a boxer. It really started because my dad showed me videos of Roy Jones Jr. That's my favorite fighter of all time. And my dad used to like slap box and play around with me some in the house. And at the time, he thought I was just playing when I said I wanted to be a boxer, and so did my mom. We were a military family, so we moved a lot. I couldn't really find a home gym actually to train at, so I played other sports like basketball, football, but they weren't really for me. I always in my heart wanted to box.
Right.
But when we finally moved from Germany and moved back here to the United States, Fort Benning, I found a gym there in Columbus, and I trained there for a little bit.
Wow.
But it wasn't until I left that gym and went to Gamebred Boxing Club, which is my current gym, and we met my coach. And the special thing about my coach is that he's a paraplegic. He's in a wheelchair. He's paralyzed from the waist down, yeah. Wow. So a lot of times when people first come in there, they see my coach and they're like, this is the coach? He's in a wheelchair. But little do they know he's a mastermind behind all of the stuff that's going on in the gym.
That's awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
That's awesome.
It
That
is.
is inspirational right there in
Yeah.
itself.
And, you know, like I said, you can't let your injuries or bad times in your life hold you back from what you love to do.
Right.
Because my coach is paralyzed, and he's happy every day. He's smiling. He's coming in the gym. He's doing what he loves to do.
Yes.
So you should never stop doing something that you love to do just because of a minor setback. And you know, Coach Jay, he's helped transform me from just a basic fighter to a national champion, a multi-time national champion, to competing on the highest levels in the amateurs, the world championships,
Yes.
and to now a professional boxer. And I really got him to thank for that, and my family, and most importantly, God. Because, like I said earlier, it's all about surrounding yourself with people that you know have your best interests in mind.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, when you start becoming successful, everybody's going to start talking in your ear because they're going to make it seem like they have your best interest in mind, when in all actuality they don't. They have their best interest in mind, and you're just a commodity for them at that time.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it. Now, Chris, student minister, I think it was a great choice of reaching out to him. And how do you feel about the message that he shared tonight here at First Baptist?
Yeah.
Yes. Here at First Baptist. And the reason I say that, with all that is happening now and today, and this is a youth group, and it came out tonight about how they feel, their reaction to what has been happening with schools today's time. So how do you feel about I think it was very profound with having him here tonight, because he was talking about a lot of love. And as a student minister, I want to get your reactions to how you feel about that.
Amen. I think he did great. He did way better than I would have done. And I think he spoke on just about everything that needed to be told, you know, being humble, surrounding yourself with great people, and love, just the strongest emotion. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Money, I think I am so glad you shared, because as a parent, I have children, still a daughter in college, son in school.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think you put some very valuable nuggets out there tonight. and you were transparent. I love the fact, for those that probably didn't hear it, tell us again about that spreading the love.
It's always important to spread the love as much as you possibly can, because you never know what somebody's going through. And like how Bubba said earlier, a small handshake or a small compliment can save someone's life. And I didn't say this earlier, but something that really stuck in my mind when I was in the ninth grade, a guy came to our school and talked to us about it. He said there was this kid, and the kid got bullied a lot, but he never said anything about it. You know, he just minded his own business. But one day he saw the kid walking home, and the kid had all his books and stuff in his hand. And he said that when he was driving past the kid, he saw a group of guys that usually pick on him coming around the corner. And he said he stopped his car because he knew it was about to happen. He said something just told him. He said, let me get out of the car and stop this from happening. So he interfered. He stopped the bullies from messing with the kid. And the kid, they became best friends. Mm-hmm. And he said 20 years later, that boy finally told him why he was carrying those books home. He said, man, I was cleaning my locker out that night because I was going to kill myself. And he said, just from you coming there and helping me out that day, stop that from happening. So it's always important to spread the love. Mm-hmm. Even if you're feeling down, if you go out there and you make somebody else smile, you'll end up smiling. Because I think it's just in human nature to, when you spread love and you see somebody else happy, it makes you happy. Absolutely. Because when you see it, when you're in a room full of people that are happy, you start smiling. It's just, it's a vibe. It just rubs off on people like that. Yeah. Everybody wants to be surrounded by happiness and just positive vibes. Yes. That's why it's always important to spread the love, because the more you spread it, the more it gets out there, it's contagious, and everybody else is going to want to do it too.
Well, you had us smiling in the back. Well, I just got maybe one or two more questions for you. You're going to Paris.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what I heard?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to Paris?
Yep.
March
France.
10th?
Yes.
Wow. Tell us about that. I mean, that is, man, from Alabama to Paris? Come on.
Little bitty Fort Mitchell, Alabama. But
tell us about that.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I got the great opportunity to sign with Ring Star Promotions, and it's a very big boxing promotion, and they've been moving me along well, and I actually fought in Paris, France, June of last year, and I did great. And the people over there, they wanted me to come back. So this is actually my second time going back over there, and I really like going over there because of how electric and how alive they get when I'm coming through that tunnel, and they make me feel great when I'm over there.
Yes.
And I'm happy I'm going back, and I'm gonna make sure I give them another great show that they'll remember.
Yes. Well, you have so much greatness just in you, and I thank you for sharing that with us. As we get ready to close out, student minister Chris, I would like for you, again, we're here at First Baptist. I would love for you to be able to share from your heart as a student minister to those that you serve here, from your heart to theirs, and those that are watching, because you never know. Just like Money Powell's message, even the students that are here tonight, we all have a message and a purpose with our lives, I believe. And so I would love for you to just share from your heart to them, to encourage them to be who they are. Like Money Powell said, spread that love. Just like you and him stayed in connection from going to school, but there's a great vibe between the two of you. And just like Money Powell was saying, stay connected to those type of people that will keep you grounded and keep you focused on where you're going in life. So I just want you to speak from your heart to encourage the others.
Yeah, he said it well, and you just kind of spoke on it a little bit. We all have some type of message in us, and I think we all have a sermon that we have to tell. And whether you speak that sermon like he did, or like I do, or Bubba does, or you just live your life, I think the most powerful sermon is the ones that you live on the daily. And I think y'all both said it really well, and that's what he did. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right, so Money Powell, We are so proud of you. And when you come back this way, we want to know how Paris was.
Yes, ma'am.
So, as we get ready to close out, I want you to share your legacy that you want to be remembered by, because you are going to be the greatest. Yes.
Thank you.
I believe there's power in our words. And I just love your humbleness and how real you are, and how you just have so much love for people. You can't help but go high. So what your legacy that you on this journey as a professional boxer, because I do believe people, there's an old saying someone said a long time ago to me, people may not remember what you say, but they'll remember the life you lived and the difference you made.
Yep.
Sure, yeah.
My whole goal in boxing is to, yes, be the greatest fighter of all time. But while I, go through that journey, I really want, and I really mean this, I really want to impact as many people's lives in a positive way as I possibly can. And even if it's something small, just something small that you just take from what I said and you go run with it and probably tell somebody else about it. Because, like I said, when I'm dead and gone, I don't want to just be remembered as Money the Boxer, because that's a small aspect of my life. I want to be remembered as Money. That was a good man, what he said impacted me and made me want to go do this. Yes. And when they went and did that, and impacted somebody else's life in a positive way, like a domino effect.
Yes.
I just want to be that first domino that takes off and it starts impacting everybody else's life.
That's what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. And that's my main goal. And when it's all said and done, all thanks to God, because without Him, I wouldn't be here right now. Because I tell you what, there's been times in my life that I've done wrong, and man, if I didn't have Him in my life, I don't know where I'd be right now.
Absolutely. And I love the fact you always give God glory.
Yes, ma'am.
In what you do. And you know where your help comes from.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, see, you have been listening to Money Powell IV, professional boxer here at First Baptist. Also, student minister Chris. We appreciate you. Give him a hand here at First Baptist. Also, we have got to give a shout out to the minister of the youth here at First Baptist. And that gentleman is Minister Copeland and Mayor Copeland here at First Baptist. So we thank you all so much. I hope you have been inspired by the message here on Street Talk with Loretta Rose. We thank Money Powell for sharing his story. His story is a story of inspiration. I hope and pray that those of you that are watching and young people, please pass this show, this message on to young people. Just like Powell said when he was sharing his story, you never know what someone is going through. And from this youth group tonight here, they have shared that you never know who are you walking by, who you're seeing in schools, and what they're going through. So spread love everywhere that you go. So I hope you've been enjoying this Street Talk here at First Baptist. We have brought the show to you from Phoenix City, Alabama. I'm Loretta Rose. You're watching CTV Beam. Until next time, you be blessed and spread love everywhere you go.
All right, well, first and foremost, I'd like to give all thanks to God, because without Him, none of us would be here today. And I appreciate you guys making me feel at home, for letting me be able to come out and speak to you guys and share my story. My name is Money Powell IV. I'm a professional boxer. I've been boxing for about 7 years now. And boxing has taught me a lot more than just fighting. It's taught me how to be a better man, For instance, the discipline that I have to be successful in the ring extends a lot more than just training, because you have to become strong mentally, you have to be strong physically. It's a lot of battles that I have to endure before I actually get inside of the ring. When it comes to the dieting, when it comes to the people doubting you, you're going to have people that constantly come around and say you can't do this, you can't do that. You just have to believe in your heart and say to yourself, I can do it, because at the end of the day, you're the one that makes the decision whether or not you're going to get it done or whether you're going to fail. Nobody else. And, you know, I've been blessed enough to be surrounded by good individuals that's helped me get to where I am, because I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in right now without those people like my dad and my brother, my other brother, even Malcolm and Rayleigh, because they're part of my gym. They're family to me. People in my gym, that's fam. But, you know, the biggest thing that I would think to be successful is, one, as we all know, always give glory to God, because he can give it to you and he can take it away just as fast. So you have to always remember, stay true to who you are and where you came from, because like how the old saying goes, at the top will be the same place you hang from. So always stay humble and be grateful, because success, it's crazy, because one day you're at the very top, the next day you're at the bottom. So you want to make sure you surround yourself with the people that really love you for who you are, because it's sad to say, but when you're successful, everybody's going to smile on your face. And that's just how it is. That's just life. And you don't have to necessarily be like, oh, you're fake. You can still say, all right, you know, be nice to them, stuff like that. But you just have to realize and recognize who the real ones are. And the real ones are the ones that was with you before you started doing anything. So that's why you want to make sure you keep those ones around you at all times, because they have your best interests in mind. You have to always remember that. Like for me, for instance, my mom and dad, they've always supported me no matter what I've done. Before boxing, before any of that, when I was little, whatever activity I wanted to get into, they always made sure they was pushing behind me 100%. Even my brothers, my brother plays basketball, and my other brother, he plays soccer and track and field, and they've always supported me too, and I support them. But the sad thing about it is that I'm always traveling and having to go here, having to go there, so I can't necessarily always be there for them the way that I wish I could. But I'm always going to support them 110%, and I love all of them. But like I was saying earlier, making sure you surround yourself with those that really do love you, because it's so easy to get sidetracked once you start becoming successful, because you start getting the money, you start getting everybody saying, oh, you're this, you're the man, you're that, and then it's easy for your head to start blowing up. And in the beginning you'll say, you know, I'm not gonna go down that path, I'm gonna stay humble. But when you have thousands of people constantly saying, you this, you're that, you're this, you're that, oh, kick that person off to the side. Like, it's even happened to me. People that's really been around me since day one, I've had people who's just shown up in my life saying, I think you should get away from them, because, you know, we'll really take care of you. When that's really not the case at all. Because, like I said, when you're becoming successful, people look at you as almost a commodity. Like, what can you do for them? Because you have to remember, we are all unique and there's only one of us. But for certain people, they'll look at you and be like, all right, as soon as you're not producing what I want, they'll kick you off to the side. And my main thing, what I'm really just is trying to get you guys to see and remember, is that you really want to stay grounded and humble at all times, because being humble and having humility and stuff like that, it goes a long way. Because like how Chris said, we went to the same high school together. Me and Chris were in school together. Chris is a real cool guy. Even Zeth, man, they're one of the two coolest guys I know. But anyway, when you know somebody that's being very successful and you want to ask them for a favor, sometimes you'll be like a little tentative, because you're looking at them like, well, they got all this stuff going on, I don't think I should ask. But when they see that you are really a down-to-earth person and you're willing to take time out of your schedule or whatever to come out and help support, that goes a long way. Not just you know, just for right then and there, because they'll say, you know what, this guy really is a down-to-earth person. Because it's so easy, like I say, for you guys to like see the movie stars and stuff like that. A lot of them, they get way up to the top and they have all these eyes on them, and then yet they still make these horrible decisions. And the thing they don't realize is they say, well, I'm gonna just do me. I'm whatever. I'm gonna just make my own decisions. Yeah, that's true. You can do your own thing, but you gotta remember, you have people that really do look up to you, and they're gonna be like, well, if he's doing it or she's doing it, I want to do it. And it's so easy to say, well, I'm not your child's parent, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, so I have no control over your child. But the way I see it, if you are ever in a position to where you have like eyes on you and you feel like you can make a positive influence, you should definitely take advantage of it, because you don't always get those types of chances in life. It's so easy to, like I said, to be on top in one moment and you're back down low at the next. Because whether you believe it or not, I can say right now, I can say I'm the best fighter in the world. Take Floyd Mayweather, for instance. He's the biggest paid athlete in boxing, made hundreds of millions of dollars, close to $1 billion. But guess what? When you say I retire, you're done, you automatically become old news. And then guess what? They're looking for the next guy. They're looking for the next guy. Who's next? There's always going to be somebody that comes along and they're going to take your spot. I'm not necessarily saying they're going to be you, but somebody else is going to come along and they're going to take your spot whether you want it or not. So while you have that spot, you should definitely, I cannot emphasize this enough, make a positive impact, because you want to leave a lasting legacy. Not just, Money the boxer. That's not just what I want to be remembered for, because that's just a small aspect of my life. That's something I'm good at doing, but that's a small aspect of my life. There's a lot more to money than just the boxing. And that's why I want to keep being successful so I can keep reaching out to people and do positive things, because, time is going by like that. As I'm talking, time is passing. So that's why I need to do the most I can while I'm still alive to impact people's lives in a positive way, because one day I'm not going to be here. But the thing that I want to still be here are for the people that I impacted to be able to pass on my story or my ideas and stuff, because then I would have known I really did what I intended to do, and that was to leave a positive message, a positive impact on people. Because the way I see it, when God blesses you with something, you should definitely try to bless somebody else with it, because some people are not as fortunate as you are, as she is, or there's always somebody that's doing worse than what you are. So you should never just be like, oh man, I'm at the very bottom. Trust me, there's somebody out there who's looking at you like, man, you're sitting on the gold mine. So you should never just sit there and think, dang, it's over for me, because it's never over. And something my coach always tells me, because in boxing, it's a lot of fighters, there's a lot of good fighters, but there's a handful of great fighters. And what he tells me is something that I can apply to life in general. He tells me, money, you have to have the audacity to be great, because it's so easy to just go out there and say, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. I'm not just standing in the ring and say, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to make an A on the test. But then when it's come time to study, you're like, I'll wait a little bit. And then when it's time for the test, you didn't study. You didn't have the audacity to get up there and push yourself to get to the next level. You have to have that audacity, because time, like I said, is constantly moving. So you have to take advantage of it. And you have to keep pushing yourself, because once you show yourself one time that you can do it, then boom, you're on another level. Then you're going to try to push yourself even further and even further and even further. Next thing you know, you're going to look back and say, man, I can't believe I really came this far. It's because you said to yourself and you didn't give up, I'm going to make it happen. And like I said, it doesn't matter what background you come from, even though you could come from a very poor background and still turn out to be a very successful person. You could come from a very rich background and turn out to be a very unsuccessful person. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you're the one living your own life. Nobody will live your life for you. Nobody's going to make you make any type of decisions, because you're the one that's in your body. Like, your brain is just solely for you. That's your brain. So you make your own decisions. So that's my main thing. And like how Chris said, I have a fight coming up in Paris, France again on March 10th. And the main reason why I like going out there is because the way that the people treat me. And it's sad to say, I get treated a lot better over there than what I do when I'm back here home in America. The people over there, they see me come, they greet me with big open arms. Back in the United States, it's a lot more judgmental. And it's sad, But like how Bubba said, you should always be willing to be nice to somebody, because you never know what somebody could be going through. You could look at somebody and be like, man, you got everything, man. You rich, you got the cars, you got all this. But deep down inside, that person could be hurting. You don't know that. You could see a poor person. You know, my coach's brother told me something that really opened up my eyes. He said, Money, you know who some of the happiest people are in the world? I was like, rich people? I mean, I just said that. They got all the money. They get whatever they want. But he said, no. He said, you know, kids with Down syndrome. He said, you want to know why? I said, why? He said, because they don't care about anything. You see them, they always happy. You see them in the hallways. A lot of times they run up to you, give you big hugs. They don't care if you broke. They don't care what you look like. They just happy to be here. They're just happy individuals. It's because they don't judge. And when you can get over that hump of judging people and just accepting people and embracing them with open arms, no matter what their backgrounds are, what they've done in the past, you're going to really see that people are going to flock to you, because they're going to be like, you know what, this individual I can really connect to and vibe with. Because there's not many people like that. I'm sorry to say, it's not many people like that, because I'm pretty sure each one of us in here is guilty of judging another person before we've even met them. And that's just that's human nature. You're just going to judge something before you even see it. Like when you go in for a job interview, that's why they always say look nice. Because if you come in there with your pants down or something like that, or a ripped up t-shirt, you already know you're not going to get the job. It's about impression. And it's sad to say, because somebody could they could be tore up, but be the nicest person in the world. So you should never judge anybody. You should give them a chance. You should really give people a chance before you start judging them or pushing them off to the side. Because you never know who God could be sending your way. And if you constantly pushing people off to the side and being closed-minded, you may never get your blessings, because you want everything to be your way, when it's not always intended to be your way or his way or her way. Life is mysterious. Life is a roller coaster. Crazy things happen. You ask yourself, why is this happening to me? I don't know why this is happening to me, but it's like how my coach tells me sometimes, if you can't get out of it, get into it. There's no way around it, so you might as well try to make the best of that situation. That's the way I see it. And that's the way I live by too, because there's been times where I'm training, I'm like, goodness gracious, man, I don't want to be here. But then I think long term, 10 years from now, what do I want to be doing? I want to just be sitting on the couch being one of those people say, if I would have done this, if I would have done that, I could be here. Or am I going to be one of those people saying, I did this, I did that, I did that, look where I am now? That's the main thing. You got to take advantage of the time that you have now, because we all in our youth, this is the youth service, everybody's young in here, you got to take advantage of this. Every single day that's passing, you're getting older. You're getting older every second. So that being said, you should definitely take advantage of the tools you have. And even if you don't have the tools that you want, there's always somebody that's willing to help. Always. Especially here at church. This is the main place you should definitely come to and ask for help, because people should, without a doubt, be saying, all right, I got you with this, I got you with that. What else do you need so I can help you become successful? Because once you become successful, you should definitely be willing to give back to others and say, you know what, I want to help you achieve your dream too. I want to help you do this, I want to help you do that. You should never just be selfish with what you have, because whether you believe it or not, you wouldn't be where you are if it wasn't for a certain person or for certain people, because you never get anywhere by yourself. Never. No matter what you think, saying, oh, I did this all of me. It was not all of you. There was somebody in your life at some point in time that impacted you, that got you where you are. And that's the main thing. So just never be selfish. Always stay humble. And always be open-minded. Because being open-minded is going to open so many doors for you in your life. I mean, I can't stress that enough. Because I'm still young and I'm still learning. So I don't even have all the answers. But being open-minded, I'm willing to listen to those that have been there and done that. And that being said, it's going to help me get that much more wiser, so I can pass it on to the next generation, or the next person that does not have that answer. I can help them out. That's why I'm saying being open-minded and not closed-minded is really going to help you out. Not just in school, but in life in general. And being open-minded, that's not just for when you're young. You can be old. You can be 100 years old, but if you're still open-minded, you just get that much more wiser. It's that simple. You want to make sure you always are putting yourself in the position to where you can better yourself and better others. That's the main thing in life. Never just think about solely yourself, because when you start thinking about solely yourself, then that's when you're going to start going downhill fast, You always want to think about those around you as well. Because like I said, you can't get there by yourself. You can't. No matter what you think, you won't get there by yourself. And God knows that too. That's why it's always important to pray. That's why I always pray. No matter, when I was an amateur, I'm professional now. I haven't lost in the pros, but in the amateurs, when I would lose, I would still say thank you to God. Because why? I'm doing what I love to do. I'm still doing it. I'm alive. I'm still breathing. So I should be thankful for that. Not just because I lost, because maybe that loss was a reason to put me in this position. Because there was times that I lost, and it was a good reason why I lost. It was a lesson. And sometimes you're going to lose in life, and it'll be a lesson. Don't take it as a loss. Take it as a lesson. Because if you sit there and you just dwell on all the losses that you've had, of all the bad things that that's gone wrong, you're going to turn bitter. You're going to turn closed-minded because you're going to be like, oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear this. I got this problem. I got that problem. Instead of saying you got this or that problem, saying, you know what, I'm going to just stay positive. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. You know what? Just take it as it comes and say, all right, I'm going to learn from that. Boom, keep going. Even if it wasn't your fault, just learn from it and keep going. Because if you sit there and dwell on it, you're going to make yourself feel worse. You're just going to make yourself feel that much more worse. Because the road to success, when you look at the movie stars or the high profile athletes, we all looking like, oh man, that's awesome. I want to do that too. But you got to remember, every last one of them have had times in their life when people told them, no, you won't do that, or they failed at this, or they've got hurt doing this or something. Every single last person. And I'm sure all of us have already had those instances. Even in school, if you just fail a test, boom, you didn't make it. But guess what? Maybe you passed the next one. There's going to be people in your life that tell you can't do this or you can't do that. But at the end of the day, like I said before, it's up to you whether you're going to give in to what they're saying, or you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to define odds. I'm going to do what I want to do and what I know I can do. You got to believe in yourself, because believing in yourself is what's going to take you to the next level. And I really mean that. I can't stress that enough, because when times get hard, you start doubting yourself quick. And I mean real quick sometimes. You're like, I can't do it. I don't know if I can do it. The pressure starts getting too tough. Situation getting thick. You're like, man, I'm looking for a way out. I need to get out of here some type of way. If somebody else can take my spot doing this, you know, you go to work, you got a heavy load, a bunch of people coming through, you're like, man, I don't know about doing this today. Like, man, if you're going to sit there and you're going to complain about it, why even get the job? You signed up for it, so you should be willing to have the responsibility and man up or woman up and, you know, and do it. You can't sit there and say, you know what, I'm gonna just do it when it's easy. If you just do it when it's easy, you will never really feel proud of yourself, because it was like it was given to you. And everybody knows, I mean, yeah, we all want stuff to be easier, but you know for sure, when you study hard on a test or something, like if you study and you pass, you feel amazing. Because you're like, I earned this. I really earned this. I did this. So when you work really hard in the gym or something, you go out there, you score a touchdown, or you score a game-winning shot, you're like, I earned this because I worked hard. And even though you earn it, always remember, though, still, you got those people around you that helped you earn it, that put you in that position. And like when it comes to your parents or your brothers and your sisters or your pastors or your friends, always remember the ones that were there when you had nothing. When you didn't really, when nobody really knew who you were, remember that, because it's happened to me where and I'm not even no celebrity. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a guy that's just so happened to be good at fighting. And people have come up to me that I've never even talked to before in high school. The guys that were models and stuff in high school, I have asking they come to me like, what's up, bro? Never talked to me a day in my life. But I'm still nice to them. I still respect them. I'm still cool with them. And I'd be nice because that's just not in my nature to be like, oh, you never talked to me before. Why are you coming around now? Yes, just keep that in the back of your mind. Yes, you know this person's intentions. But you don't have to be mean to them. Because like I said, God could be sending them your way for a reason. So you have to be open-minded to when people come around you or when things happen in your life. Just always try to stay positive, because like I said, once you start thinking negative and like, man, times is just getting too tough, I don't know what I'm going to do, I might as well just give up and just forget about it. And once you do that, it really is over. Because when you quit, it's over, because it's nothing worse than you quitting and having people around you who are saying, come on, you can do it, and you quitting, because now you really just made them all feel bad for even putting their faith into you. And it's nothing worse than that when you yourself giving somebody your all and seeing them quit on you. It's a sad feeling. I know some people probably know how that is. It can even be in a relationship. You could have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You can be giving them your all, and then they go out there and start playing with somebody else, and it hurts. And that's the same way it could be with another situation. You could be a coach or a pastor or anything, giving somebody your all, and then seeing them just go out there and everything you told them, and they just disregard it. It's a painful feeling. So that's why you should never just give up on yourself, especially when you have good-hearted people that care about you as an individual. When you have good-hearted people that care about you and they want to see you succeed, that should just push you just that much further to succeed, because you really have people around you that love you. You really, and love is a powerful thing. It's a very powerful thing. So when you have true love in your life, you should take advantage of it and give it back. Like our pastor said, you should spread the love. Spread it as much as you possibly can, because it's so many times in life that you would be like, I wish I should have done that. No, I wish I would have given that homeless person a couple more dollars, because I have more in my pocket than when I actually gave, and then you might regret it some. So spread the love, and when you spread it, it'll come back to you. And it may not come back to you the way you may think, but I tell you this much, when you spread the love and you put a smile on somebody else's face, it makes you feel good inside. Because that's just what love is. It's the most powerful emotion there is. That's hands down the most powerful emotion. It drives people to want love, or the love to do something is what drives you to do it. That's what really drives you to do it. It's the most powerful emotion. And when you, like I said, when you have people around you that love you, and you are spreading the love and making other people feel good, man, I don't see anything better than that. Because, like, for me, I want to be the greatest boxer of all time. That's a huge feat. I mean, a huge feat. But, I mean, what's the point what's the point of me even saying it if I'm going to just say it and be like, you know what, that feat's a little too big. I think I'm just going to toss that to the side. Muhammad Ali didn't say that. He said it, and people say, man, you crazy. You think you're going to be the greatest of all time. There's thousands of fighters. There's hundreds of thousands of other boxers. But I'm not scared to say it, because I believe in myself. And I know I can do it as long as I keep working hard. To keep faith in God and make sure I keep the people that I know genuinely love me around me. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys too. To be successful, keep those people around you and stay grounded, stay humble, and always stay prayed up. Because God, like I said, He'll give it to you and He'll take it away. He'll take it away sometimes just so He can re-humble you, so He can bring you back down to earth. Because maybe your head started getting a little too big and you started saying, you know what, I'm the man now. When at the end of the day, you're not the man. Because today you could be the man, tomorrow you could be the bum. So you got to remember that. Now, you really do have to remember that. But like I said, I'm fighting March 10th in Paris. I'm very happy in the position that I'm in right now. I'm blessed, and I'm just going to keep trying to go out here and support my bros, like my bro Zeth. His company is called Lost Icon. You guys should definitely check it out. It's the future. This is the future of apparel. And Chris, the next big pastor out here. Like I'm saying, just always support your fellow bros and fellow sisters, and man, life's gonna be great. I'm telling you, the old saying, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. If we all did that, the world would be a great place. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you.